Hey everybody, I am here to talk about the challenge this year. Oh my gosh, I am so overwhelmed and excited and exhausted. It's really been a miraculous experience being part of the 2021 Winter Challenge. And I just want to share, I actually want to brag a little bit about what this community, what the Winter Challengers of 2021 have accomplished this year. So the Winter Challenge is something that we've been doing as a community for 11 years now. I believe this is challenge number 11. It started off much smaller than it is now, and the whole concept was to unite people together on teams to try to accomplish goals that they really wanted to accomplish but struggled to do on their own. So that's the concept of the Winter Challenge. And it's morphed each year. We've tried to morph it. We've tried to tweak it just a little bit so it feels a little bit different and it doesn't feel like, oh, same old challenge, same old people. Every year we get new participants. A lot of times we get participants from outside of our community, which is really cool. It connects us to people that we don't usually get to spend a lot of time with. And usually we get some new leaders, some, I call them change makers. That was the name of our leadership group this year, was change makers, because these people are really a huge factor in helping people meet their individual or meet their goals. And of course, this year we knew was going to look a lot different because of the pandemic. And typically all of our events are super fun and social, and there's food and there's decorations, and we love getting together. It's a little overwhelming, especially me because I go to all the events because I love them all. But usually they host workouts, they host fundraisers, they host, you name it, we do it, and we kind of go all in for like 6 or 7 weeks. I mean, we go all in. We're like, Winter Challenge time, let's go. And then on top of all that, they're also trying to exercise more than they usually do, take themselves outside of their comfort zone with their workouts and with their nutrition. A lot of them have very lofty goals as far as weight loss or body fat composition, or just changing their habits. And that's always fun. I mean, that's always actually, let me just see if oh, okay, good. Okay, just making sure that I'm on there. So really what I wanted to share was what we did this year, because, um, I think I had tried to initially kind of make some edits to the challenge this year, saying like, okay, let's try to do a weekly challenge where everybody's doing the same thing, so it doesn't feel like we're all kind of trying to do too many things at once, where I was trying to get everyone on the same page and make it a little bit easier from a judging perspective, so we could kind of compare apples to apples each week. But after meeting with the leaders, we decided against that. So we decided that each week a team would put out a different challenge to the other teams. And the concept was that team couldn't win because of their challenge. They could win the team points that week, but it wouldn't be like, oh, you did the challenge, so you did the most work this week, you guys are obviously the winner. It wasn't like that, which I thought was really good. I thought that was a good way to do it, because then it really made them more invested in creating a great challenge, just for the concept of making the contest better. So here are some of the things that we did over this contest period. I joked. So one of the things that my teams did was create a video, and the video, or a chant music video, and I was going to try to get on here and be like, sing a song or do something silly all by myself, because they really put themselves out there. But I'm tired. Thursday is my not so energetic day, so I'm not going to do that right now. Who knows? Maybe the night of the party, which is going to unfortunately be virtual this year, maybe I'll put something together that night after some little bit of tequila or something. Okay, so just to summarize what these teams did. Um, the huge theme this year was giving back, and I think that that is really significant because I know personally that when everything hit this year, and that when I didn't know what to do with my community and with my business, and that was like that felt good. It was like, okay, well, let me like always kind of lifts you up to help other people. And I think that that's kind of really where the theme of this whole winter challenge went to, was let's, there's a lot of people that need a lot of things right now. Let's try to do that. Let's use our powers. Let's use our unity. Let's use our energy and try to help other people. So they delivered 170 homemade Valentine's Day cards to the elderly. We had Justin Constantine, who is an absolutely incredible motivational speaker, speak to our entire community. He lit us up. That man absolutely had us on the edge of our seats. His story is so inspiring, and it just gets better. I almost don't want to spoil his story. I want you guys to listen to him. I want you to look him up, and I want you to hear everything that he has to say because it is powerful. And it was so special because his talk was directed directly to us, and he talked specifically about our community and kind of related his journey to us. And it was just an incredible experience, something I'll never forget. We also, the teams also delivered, they made created a package, the Unflappables created a package for all the KBC instructors. So to show them a little love, they gave them each a special treat, which was really nice. One of my teams did something absolutely insane. There's a community of children that receive backpacks on the weekends for food insecure families. And in addition to the backpacks, these team members sent a specific gift for the parent with a note saying, "You've got this." That was something they took from Justin. And oh, hi, Joel. Oh, good. I'm so glad that I know somebody's on. That actually makes me feel good. I'm using this restream, and I don't not really. I'm trying to think of what you said. We can do it right now, but whatever it is, yes, Julie, we can do it right now. So that was they sent basically a gift, a very thoughtful gift, to all of the parents, and just saying, "You got this. You know, we know this is really hard. It's hard for everybody with kids that haven't been going to school." So that was a really special gift. They also wrote a beautiful poem. One of my team members, Nora, wrote a poem how we're all linked, and they performed the poem as a team. I mean, this is the kind of thing that like it had such special meaning. It was so powerful when they presented it. The way the team presented it literally gave me goosebumps. And then at Energy, they shared links to kind of just bring us all together and just say we're all linked. Then, of course, that same team showed up at boot camp in costume. They all came in their spirit animals. There was turtles and dolphins and owls and lions, and they all came as their spirit animals, full-fledged onesie animal costume to boot camp on an icy Saturday. One poor student, actually one of my captains, was in a boot. So not only did she perform a workout in her onesie, she was in a boot. So probably not supposed to be out in the ice exercising. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it happened. A lot of things happened during the contest. We don't know if they're good or bad. They wrote songs. They did chants. They did this Power of One challenge. It's actually something that we got from Todd Durkin, and True Grit did this, and they challenged everybody. This was actually the challenge that they put out to the other teams. They challenged every single individual that was doing the contest to channel their energy to one individual specifically and to reach out, send them love in some way. As I was reading through the recaps of those, it was just immensely powerful. Um, one of the things that the challenge does that I think is so amazing is it kind of like we all have these ideas of like, oh, I need to reach out to this person, or I need to, you know, do something for my community, give back. But it just like it puts us all in this mode of we're going to get this done. We just do it. We just things happen that could never happen. I mean, as I read through this list of things that happen in 7 weeks with 100 people, it's almost unreal the things that happen. That is the power of the challenge. That is the power of people coming together with the same kind of mindset, like I'm on a mission, and then it turns to giving back. Like how can we make all these amazing things happen when we go out, and then that helps us, lifts us up. It's really amazing. Really, we can do anything, just collaborative mindset shifting. As I read these reports, I just think, wow, there's some really significant changes, and it's just a culture, and it's just an attitude, and it's something that the captains create, the team members create. It's just something it's really magical. There was a 5K. There's a local woman that is fighting cancer, and she's connected to one of our teammates, and the teammate just put out, hey, there's this event going on, this virtual 5K, if anyone wants to participate. And of course, these people are on it. Oh, I can help somebody. Oh, somebody needs me. Let me be there. We're there. So they did it as individuals. They did it as teams. They made donations. They just got involved. There was a ton of correlations to Todd Durkin, who is my mentor, and I love sharing some of his powerful messages with my community. And I to no surprise, they really took to a lot of his suggestions on how to get your mind right and what you can do to really turn things in the right direction and become your best self. And they did the WLAGs, and they did the power of one, and they shared a lot of his quotes. In fact, one of my teams, it was absolutely insane. Todd had a podcast with James Clear, who is the author of Atomic Habits, and that was the beginning of the contest, and I think it could have ended right there. That book, if you have not read it yet, or you haven't listened to that podcast, I highly recommend that you do both. It really speaks to our mission, and it was a game changer for people. That just the idea of moving towards the person that you want to be, casting votes for the person that you want to be. Really, really powerful. We talked a lot about positive self-talk, and showing gratitude. And I really love seeing. One week, I gave a team first place because they said how awesome they were. They talked about how they loved themselves and how they were. It's not the only reason why I gave them first place. They deserve first place for a million other reasons. But I kind of joked that they just love themselves. It's a really, really significant gesture to express why you think you're great. And sometimes it's easier to do as a team. Like as an individual, I don't want to be like, oh, I think I'm great because I've got this cute camo hat and a purple office. And no, that doesn't work. But it really was neat to see just people not being able to say like, I feel great. I look great. My energy is great. My body feels great. Yes, yes, and yes. Keep it going. Those messages that you're giving out, it's all coming in. That's what our body's receiving. We're constantly being fed messages. And if we can feed ourselves good messages, if we can give ourselves that good energy and that good mojo and that positivity, we're going to love what we see. And that's what I've seen for the last 7 weeks. That's what I've seen. That's why I'm so fired up. I'm so fired up. I can't even breathe right now. I've been overwhelmed for days. I'm like, I'm going to sleep on this. I'm going to read all this again tomorrow. I'm going to watch all the videos again tomorrow. This is just overwhelming. I'm watching the videos and I'm just like, it feels magical to me. Maybe I'm cuckoo. I am a little cuckoo, but it really does. It feels incredibly special. Just everything that these people make happen. I can't believe I'm associated with these captains and with these community members. Like they're way better than anything I could ever be on my own, and that's one of the things that makes this so surreal. Is that I'm like, these things these people are doing, and it's, you know, KBC, it's Kelly's Boot Camp. I'm like, this is so beyond me. This is everything I've ever wanted to make happen, and it's happening, but I had nothing to do with it. It's crazy. It's really crazy. Crazy in a good way. They donated 1,664 pounds of fresh produce to the food pantry. What does that mean? That means truckloads and truckloads of fresh food to people that probably haven't had a lot of fresh food in a long time. It is very difficult for the pantry. Our food pantry is the best of the best. There's no better run organization in that I know of. I mean, I can't imagine anybody being more efficient and more prolific, and the way that food pantry operates is insane. It's insane, but it is hard to get fresh produce. So the Team Notorious challenged each team member. They gave them a certain amount of cucumbers and limes, or cucumbers and lemons, and carrots, or whatever, onions, or whatever it was, garlic. And it didn't seem like that much. I'm like, it doesn't actually seem like that much. But when you saw the pictures, the volume of food, and you saw the trucks and the bags and the sorting, and literally the team spent the entire day sorting through all the food, and Meg made sure that it all got delivered. It had to go in shifts because they can't. It was such an ordeal. It was such a big deal, between stores running out of cucumbers, stores running out of celery. They have to go all over town. They're missioning up. Their trunks are full. It was just like mayhem, like getting fresh produce to people in our community that needed it. That's one of the things that they did in this winter challenge. We talked about the Valentines and thank you cards. I personally received 10 stamped letters in the mail, letters of gratitude from different students. And that was one of the missions of I think it was a few teams, or maybe it wasn't even all related. I don't even know at this point, you guys. I cannot keep up. But handwritten notes, and that is something that I've saved since I started teaching. Anytime I can try just thinking about it, because I can read some of them, because some of them I had memorized because I only had a few, so I used to read them all the time. So they really mean a lot. They really mean a lot. And some of the words that people chose to say, I'm not sure what. Sorry, I'm gonna take a deep breath. Whew, I've been so overwhelmed. That's why I'm doing a video, because I can't get it all on paper. I can't. I could write till the cows come home, and I can't get this all down. But some of the things, it's just like, it speaks to the power of intention, because there's some things that I personally have been working really hard on and trying to get better at, and they were mentioned in the letters, and I don't think I've necessarily shared to people what those things were specifically. So to me, it spoke to the power of deciding what you want to put out, and that being what's received. I was just kind of blown away by that. Oh my gosh, I better hurry up. I got 2 more pages here, you guys. This is going to get cray. I got to keep reading. They did some before and after pictures. Some people were brave and just, took their shirt off before. And, I think the reason why they did that, because they're like, I know I might not lose a ton of weight, but I want to see what really cleaning up my diet and exercising more does for my body. And let me tell you, it does some amazing things. We're talking real food. We're talking not deprivation. We're talking just cleaning up the junk, getting the junk out of the diet, seeing what it does. Absolutely incredible. There's a lot of teammates just showing extra kindness and love to people facing adversity. This year obviously has been a tremendously difficult year for so many, and it just seems to keep piling on. And I feel like you can take it, you can take it, you can take it, and then you get to the point where like I don't know that I can continue to handle all of the things that are happening in the world and our own lives and our friends' lives. It's overwhelming. But just the way the teams came together and supported each other, and it really spoke to the type of people that are in this community. Um, there was a highway cleanup. This is a big joke, actually. So I don't know, maybe 8 years ago, the team gifted me clean up the highway. So basically, I'm responsible twice a year to clean up the highway because it's Kelly's Boot Camp Highway. So I've always gotten help with it. Yeah. Uh, so that's gotten, we've had a lot of bad weather, so that's gotten rescheduled a couple times, and hopefully it will happen this week. Unfortunately, I will not be there to help. I told them in my report to remember to bring money, because last time we did it, we were very thirsty. I don't remember why we were so thirsty, but I remember we were very thirsty and we didn't have any money to buy water, and we didn't have any water with us. We ran out of water, and we went to a gas station, and the gas station attendant gave us water and let us come back and pay him. That's another story. That doesn't belong here. Okay. We talked about spreading sunshine. So one very special part of our community is school staff and teachers. They make up a huge portion of our community. They are some of the strongest, most resilient, most consistent members of of KBC. I have a huge personal affection for teachers, and man, are they crushing it right now. They have adopted, I mean, I know I've done 100th of what they've done from my own perspective, and I know how much effort and energy it takes, and they're doing it day after day, day after day. Absolutely amazing. And one of the teams delivered to each and every teacher, I think there was somewhere in the 60s, fresh sunflower, a Starbucks gift card, and some treats, some dark chocolate treats, and with a beautiful note. So that also happened this contest period. And keep in mind, guys, this is, we had to go out, not me, I know, because I've got delivered to teachers before, but it means going out to Leesburg, it means going to Reston, it means going to Ashburn. They're not all right here. That's a big undertaking to do those door drops. So that was absolutely huge. We talked about our the one of the last things that they did was, this is another thing they got. I think they got from Todd Durkin. Todd does it, but I don't know if this is something they got from him. It's something that's called a BHAG. Well, they called it a bag. It's a big, hairy, audacious goal, and that's something that the team members gave themselves for that final week. Like, what's this one thing that you don't know that you can do, that you want to put out there and that you can do? There was a lot of buddies, a lot of to each week they teamed up with a different person, and this was really significant because when you're in a big group, the dynamic is very different than you're one-on-one with somebody. So they took the opportunity each week to connect individually, to kind of share what they had in common, to even do an event together. A lot of times, of course, everything was virtual, but I just think that was a really especially right now, connection is everything, right? Like feeling connected to people. That's what lights me up. That's what lights me up. That's why the challenge is it's overwhelming for me. And it consumes me. No matter what, I'll always be like, I'm not gonna let the contest consume me this year. I'm not gonna, but it does. But it's so worth it. It's so nothing. Whenever you're doing something big, whether it's redoing a room or organizing your garage, it consumes you. That's all you can do until it's done, and that's a good thing. I love that. That's called focus. That's called mission. That's called passion. I'm all in, guys. I'm so in. The My Zone video was a huge, huge highlight for Team Hustle and Muscle. They knocked it out of the park with this video. Actually, if I want to watch it again. See, I like now start thinking about something, then I'll go back and watch it, then I'll get distracted. But it was so good. They had their teammates really did a great job of acting. It was educational. It was informative. It sold heart rate monitors, which is great. We love our MyZone. We want to increase the number of people that are using them. It had so many amazing purposes. It was really well done. They recruited Amy's son, Jake, to help them with the video. It was obviously a very much a collaborative effort. I love it when I see teams do things that I know everybody had a piece in. You know, when I look at it, I'm like, I know they did that. I know, oh, that's got Katie's name on it. It's just fun to see that, like, where it's, you know, anyone could just run a challenge and just say, okay, I'm going to write this great report for my team and make them all look good. But it's like these collaborations that are really powerful and significant. Future decrees for future selves. This is something that I've seen a few years in the contest. I think this is Andrea Stenberger's, the teacher in her. I absolutely love it. But she has her teammates write out a declaration of what they want to be. I think for them, they did it. Maybe it was either 6 months or 3 months, and mail them to themselves. So they'll get that in the mail. I absolutely love that. Or I think Andrea will probably mail them. There was a MEP challenge. There's weekly nutritional challenges, practicing specific gratitudes towards specific people, morning and night. I think there was a lot of prayer warriors, creating exceptional habits such as daily reading. That came from the first week. You know, when people start sharing things like, hey, I want to read more, but I keep my book by my bedside table and I never read at night. So now I'm sneaking in these little reading breaks during the day. And then everyone is kind of motivated. Well, that's a really good idea. So it's just this collaboration of sharing ideas. It's like, I'm doing this thing that, you know, is not what I usually do, but it's really lighting me up. And then other people are like, oh, I want to try that. You know, it's just this constant group effort of getting better. It's a massive growth mindset. That's what the winter challenge is. It's like we're all coming together and we're like, okay, we got 6-7 weeks. We want to get better. And, you know, yeah, we want to move the scale. Yes, we want to feel better. Yes, we want to eat better. Yes, we want to exercise more. But it's really a lot about, move up a little bit. The light's way better. It's really a lot about just being on a mission, just really being on a mission and letting yourself focus on getting better and not feeling guilty about it. I know a lot of us moms, especially, we're always like, you know, serving our families and serving our kids and making sure everyone's taken care of. And if we're meeting our own needs, we feel guilty. Well, the challenge, you don't feel guilty because you feel guilty if you're letting your team down. So it's like you have this extra incentive to focus on yourself. It's a really great experience. One of the teams had a mission to do all the well checks, and it's hysterical. Like, people are getting colonoscopies this week. People are, you know, scheduling their mammograms. I mean, our breast cancer warriors are so incredible, and when they share with us that, you know, how hi Jenny, hi Aunt Jenny. They share with us how mammograms really made a difference for them. And, you know, they remind us, they say, get those mammograms, ladies. So one of the Winter Challenge teams said, okay, guys, we're going to make all our appointments. We're going to get our kids caught up. We're going to get ourselves caught up, dentist, orthodontist, all those appointments. And when they said that, Lindsay, actually, I hope she has it. I was like, I need to do that. When's the last time Lindsay's been to the doctor? I have my well check next Friday, and Lindsay has hers this Friday. So I did it. So it was great. I think we're always caught up with the dentist because they're so good. They remind you, but my doctor's office isn't like that. You have to really stay on top of them to get your appointment. So that was a great challenge, guys. This is Jenny. We're talking about what we're doing. This is my winter challenge. I just finished up a 7-week winter challenge where it kind of started off as a weight loss competition almost. But now it's just so much more than that. We had about 100 people break up into 6 different teams and compete against each other. But the whole funny thing was they were supposed to compete against each other, but instead they just collaborated together to try to do these great things. And it's a really neat experience. People do great things, and it comes down to so much more than just exercise. So I'm going through, I've got like 3 sheets of all the things. I tried to just bullet the things that they did. people have talked about how they're incorporating meditation into their life, and that is a great way to expand and to expand your capacity. We're always trying to do more, but in order to speed up, we need to slow down. So that was really great to read about. I shared with you guys that podcast about my friend Jill Rooks, what she does to kind of incorporate that. And she's kind of high strung like me. So when I heard her talking about it, I'm like, I could do that. We're so inspired by each other, especially when we're somewhat like-minded. If we see someone else doing something, we're like, I could do that. I could do what Jill's doing. There's no reason why I couldn't do it. WLADs, that's where each week you write your wins, your losses, your ahas, and your goals. I have my monthly roadmap that I'm doing with you guys, and we're trying to do that in a it's related to your health and your fitness, but having that plan saying my goals for February are, and then when you get to the end of February, you check in, of course, but then when you get to the end, you look back and you're like, how'd I do? Oh, wow, I really did that. I really did that. And then you plan ahead for the next month. We're using our time together to do that, because that's the kind of thing you say you're going to do, and then you don't really do it. You don't really think and spend the time. And it's kind of funny through Zoom. I feel really like, I feel like I'm able to really focus and think when we do them together. So that's been great. Road mapping, connecting. This was incredible. This was one of, obviously, the biggest highlights ever of the Winter Challenge. Gretchen's team, Team Beast, they had known that they wanted to do this. They wanted to do something for healthcare workers. Of course, we're all thinking about teachers and healthcare workers and people that aren't getting the right food. We're all kind of thinking about these people, like, how can we help these people? So their mission was, they delivered kits. So they bought kits, workout kits, KBC kits, and they created these baskets, absolutely beautiful baskets filled with like liquid IVs and healthy snacks and chapstick and lotion and all these things to put throughout the hospital. They connected Candace, of course, Candace, our connection to all things medical, connected us to Inova. And we were able to meet with the president of Inova and present them with not only memberships to KBC, but the kits and the baskets. These two teams came together. It was a moment. You see the pictures of everyone standing in front of the hospital, of course, masked and socially distanced, but it really felt like we were doing something significant. It felt like we were really connecting to the community and doing something significant. So kudos to those two teams for collaborating. We're talking about collaborating, where this is a competition, but yet we're coming together to get better. Two different teams came together to get better. It's so different than what we've seen in the past, right? I used to get those phone calls. Now it's like they're calling each other and working together. So that was really neat. With the Wearing Red for Heart Health Day, that turned out to be a huge initiative. I loved all the collages that you made. Obviously, we're not able to do the group pictures right now that we love to do. Of course, I miss all my pictures, but you guys were so creative and you created all these beautiful collages with all the team members. I know we did actually a special event with NCL, the National Charity League, for Fight Club. They all wore red. Lots of education on warning signs of a heart attack for both men and women. There were bracelets, lots of heart healthy food ideas. Really great, guys. So important, so relevant. We all think that, we're healthy. We work out all the time. We don't have to worry about our hearts. Not true, not true, not true. So, and probably my favorite part about the whole Heart Healthy initiative was two moms stepped up and shared really, really special stories about their babies. One baby that is now an angel and the other that is still with us, and just what it was like to have a baby with a heart defect, and just all the scary moments attached with that. Some of the stories that come out during the challenge, they're really personal, but I think they help us connect to each other, because people they feel comfortable. The vulnerability is the connections allows people to be more vulnerable. Um, you guys have all become movie stars as far as I'm concerned. Between making your videos and singing your songs on camera, and what else did you do? Um, just being uncomfortable. I know a lot of you hate that. I know that's your worst nightmare, to talk to a camera. Not so much me, I love it. But but I know that you did that and it made you a little bit uncomfortable. And again, that's how we grow, guys. That's how we grow. Getting a little bit uncomfortable. Tried new workouts. So there was the game of tag, which was basically somebody on a team had to be at every single workout. Keep in mind, some days we have 8 workouts. So you could never let a workout pass without someone from your team not being on it. That took a ton of coordination. That was so fun because then we had new people in our classes, and people, it was a gateway to try new classes. And now afterwards, people are like, I tried gliding in glutes with Jess, and now that's my favorite class. So lots of great things like that. True Grit, I just love what they did with their name, the acronym, and just living up to the name and kind of setting the intention and living up to that. That was really neat. It's funny just going through all the pictures. Most of them were Zoom, instead of your big group pictures that I love so much, that I cherish year after year. And it was all like pictures of the Zoom screen. And you know what? We were still connected through Zoom. I think it's really amazing. It just kind of speaks to the mindset of, if you want something bad enough, you make it happen. There's nothing that can stop you from getting connected to people if you really want it. You just have to decide how bad you want it. You got to decide how bad and how important it is to you. And you guys did a really good job with that. A lot of personal shares. I loved this. We have several KBC members that are vaccinating. And one nurse in particular was showered with love every single day. She got a delicious homemade lunch delivered to her door in a cooler that was like labeled something really cute. I can't remember exactly what it was labeled, but they had a special cooler for her. And not only did it have a lunch, but snacks to get through the day, special notes, just it's incredible, absolutely incredible. Showing love, hand delivering gifts to all the individuals doing the challenge. Oh, so we also run an individual challenge. So in addition to the team challenge that I'm talking about right now, we do an individual challenge. And this is people that are like, I want to focus on my health and fitness, but I don't think I have time for the team aspect of it. I don't want to do the team meetings. I don't want to do the team workouts. I don't want to be responsible for getting a certain number of workouts every week. I just want to do this on my own. So one of the teams decided, I believe this was Beast as well, decided to show them some love. So they hand delivered, again, we've got people in Leesburg, people in Reston, they hand delivered a special package to each one of their doorsteps, just to show them some love. And I know there were so many posts about that. I think I don't know what I had that weekend, but I was like, I can't keep up with all these posts. Oh my gosh. But I know it really meant a lot to them. So that was another great thing that you guys did during the winter challenge. Lots of food inspiration. I think I love that. Like when you guys share food ideas, just you make healthy food look so fun and interesting. It always motivates me to try new things when I see your food videos and collages. The Zoom meal prep. So one team committed to doing that every week. I know other teams did it as well, but basically they just shared what they were prepping. Like, oh, I'm cutting peppers. Oh, I'm making hummus. Oh, I'm doing egg cups. And they were all on Zoom cooking together, which is so awesome. I was a little sad I was never invited to one of those. That sounds like it's totally my jam. But it's okay. Maybe after contest they'll invite me. But I love that idea. I think that's such a great idea. It's just taking something that's kind of mundane that you don't really want to get, you don't, oh my God, I just looked at the clock. It's 4:45. I've been talking for so long. I'm like bright red. This is why I can't, I tried to write this all out, guys. I've been writing for days. I already sent you a report, but I'm like, I can't communicate all this. And this is a book. This is not a summary. There's so much. Um, so the Zoom meal prep, oh, me. I got, shoot, forget Zoom meal prep. Every day I got a text message, Kelly, check your doorstep, check your mailbox. I was getting all kinds of gifts, candles, treats, drinks. I mean, I kind of think it's bribery personally. I don't know what to do with some of the gifts that I received, but it was fun nonetheless. It was really fun. And I knew you guys were just being generous and not trying to bribe me, but it felt a little bit like bribery. Daily deliveries of treats to my doors. The Coast to Coast Map Challenge. That was incredible. I kind of forgot about that. That was during contest too. So we were challenged by, actually, I created that challenge. At least I did something. I created that challenge. It was my friend Jill, who has an energy lab in California, and my friend Heather, who runs the Heather's Gym outside of Chicago. And it was supposed to be, wasn't supposed to be as crazy as it was, but we, as in typical KBC style, exceeded expectations. I'm still hurting from that. Actually, that was total overtraining that week. Too many reps for this girl, but that was fun. So my zone effort points, we competed against other gyms to try to earn more effort points with the heart rate monitors. And I think teams just kind of took it as like, okay, how can our team be represented during this challenge? So it became it wasn't really actually part of the challenge, but it became part of what we did. Cosmos, Nisha's dad, who did that? Oh, Trung and Steph did that. So if you guys don't know, Nisha's dad is like the funniest person in the entire world. When she posts, I mean, she needs to write a book about this man. The stories that she tells, like I don't even want to try to do it justice, but he likes his Cosmos. So somebody sent Nisha a nice care package with some Cosmo ingredients, which I thought was really fun. Never have I ever games. I learned that you guys go to the bathroom during hard exercises to get out of them. I learned a lot of other things that I don't really want to know, but that was fun. A lot of Atomic Habits takeaways. We talked about that. Baskets delivered to sick moms. Our moms with sick kids. You know, some people were fighting COVID during the challenge, and you guys reached out to them and just made them feel loved. Increased Todd's social media by 3,000. I don't know exactly what that means, but I know that you guys had a hashtag going and it really lit up. It was huge. It was absolutely huge. The spirit animal. I learned about spirit animals. I'm obsessed with it. I haven't had time to really dig deep into it, but I didn't really know how interesting some of the traits of your spirit animal can be, and how the team beast mode, they all identified themselves as a certain spirit animal. They took a test, and that kind of became part of their theme, was their animal. That's when they dressed up as costume. They dressed up as their spirit animal, which is really neat and very, very interesting. So interesting. And they took it, like they do everything, they took it to the next level. The video blog of the W Lads, that happened early in the contest, but when Team Notorious just sat out and just talked about everything that they, all of their wins and their losses and their ahas and their goals, just to hear their voices. You know, one of the things that I say I like so much about the Winter Challenge is I feel like it helps me be a better coach, because there's so much I learn about you guys. And then when I learn that, I feel like I'm better equipped to do programming, or I just know you better. I can feel your energy better in a class. It's just, I love getting to know everybody better. And there was so much of that, you know, with all the things that we couldn't do, we were able to focus maybe on some things that were more important and more significant. Because I really felt like, really every single person that did this challenge, I feel like I have such better insight into who they are, what makes them tick, what their goals are, just a little bit more personal information. I think that really helps our culture when we know more about each other and we feel more connected. I love the slideshow of the habits. That was amazing. the habits that you guys are in putting your energy towards. The playlist, I was gifted a beautiful playlist of inspirational songs. Bob Wells also made me a playlist. I have to use, I'm maybe gonna use that on Saturday. The Who Inspires Your Hustle video. So that was great. You guys talked about your parents, you talked about your kids, you talked about other boot campers that inspire you. I loved watching that video. I think there's such great information when we start to think about who our heroes are. That's actually something I have an idea about that, but I love that. The chant competition. In the beginning, you guys had a challenge to clean out your pantries and clean out your fridge. That's something I always love to see. I hate food waste. So I love that you guys were like, okay, before we start buying all this healthy food and sticking all this food in the veggie drawer, clean out the fridge, clean out the pantry, get rid of the junk, get rid of the spoiled, get rid of the expired, get rid of this, it does not serve my body in a healthy way. Those were amazing. Food swaps, food shares, awesome. Absolutely awesome, guys. This is just the tip of it. I mean, really, there's so much more. This is a list. You know, what I shared in the report that I just sent was a little bit more in depth. But I just want to say congratulations to everybody that participated in the challenge. I just want to say how proud I am of you guys. And I also want to say that you guys just make me feel like I'm doing so much more than I really am. I can't really put it into words, but it just, being a part of what you're doing really lifts me up. It really lifts me up. It makes me feel like I'm on task with my mission. Some weeks I would get mad at myself because I was a little bit overwhelmed with just reading everything and watching everything and writing and reflecting and judging. And I really felt like, oh man, like, I don't think I'm doing a great job. Like, I don't know if I'm getting all this. And I would go back and reread it. And then I look at what you guys did. I'm like, well, who cares what you did, Kelly? Who cares? You're nothing in this. You're a fly on the wall. You're a speck of dirt. You have nothing to do with what's happening. This is just all beyond you. Stop worrying about your output. These people got it. They're just rocking it. So thank you guys for that. You really make this community special. And you poured yourself out to so many others beyond the Winter Challenge, and I'm especially grateful for that. You made KBC look so good between the food donations and the treat your gifts and the backpack buys and all of the wonderful things that you did. I mean, that's certainly not why we're not doing things to look good, but it feels good to know that we have such a positive image in the community and that we're doing such great things, guys. I'm really, really proud of you. So before I start crying again, and it's 5 o'clock, so nobody wants to hear me anymore. But thank you guys for listening, and thank you for all that you do.